If you're not
threw me on the
subscribe.
spot there.
If if you enjoy the video, please like it, and please check out Mr. Nick Edward Behind the Edge. His link to his channel can be found in our channel description under our YouTube friends. And if you would like to be added, if you have a channel and you're subscribed and you'd like to be added to that list, let me know. It's not an exclusive list. I'm not an exclusive type of person.
Just don't like putting people's
No, I don't want to put anybody's channel on there that they don't.
Channel.
That's right. We don't want to assume that you want to be on there, because some people don't. And in fact, I probably have some people on there that might not appreciate it. But it's been a while since I've looked at that list. But today we are unboxing a Benchmade 940. This is not good. I mean, the box is sealed and all that good stuff, but it's not going to be a surprise to me. The only thing that's going to be a surprise to me is that they use the right size screws. Because they always use screws that are too long. I've even had some of them almost, like protruding so far into the inner scale that they could almost scratch up the blade. And to me, at this price point,
they can do better.
They can do better. But I told you guys I was going to bite the bullet and just go ahead and buy a new blade.
They couldn't stand that.
I got on the phone with Benchmade, and they made me a deal that I couldn't refuse. So I got a couple of new Benchmades in today. I got the Adamas, and I got the 940. The Adamas video should be uploaded if you're watching this one first. So let's cut this thing open. We will use the Redemption 229 to cut the seal. If it still works after Miss Courtney's
attempt.
She tried to cut the Chavez in two with the Adamas to test out the crew wear. That's a true story. It's just how she'd be doing things, man. Okay, inside the box, a useless nylon bag. If you guys have any uses for these things,
way too big of a cutout.
let me know. Well, it is, but it's always reassuring to see that cutout, because like your fakes don't have those cutouts. Like they always have some sort of different type of foam or something, And it's
I just like the ones that actually fit the knife.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, we got our Axis thing. That's always in there. And we got our little how to take care of your knife. Or if you don't want to take care of your knife, spend a little money and send it back into us, and we'll take care of your knife for you. Little spa treatments. The sharpening surface is always free. Well,
have you checked on that lately?
No, I haven't. I better not make any assumptions. Okay, it's a 940-2, which happens to be my favorite one. Like I do. You got me the paramilitary. The paramilitary 2 and S90V, and very much appreciate that, right? But like I told you, I wasn't going to use it all the time because I don't know if I can sharpen it.
Right.
So like I like the G10 better than the aluminum handles, because I work in cold environments a lot. So G10 it doesn't get cold.
Yeah, the aluminum is just like putting a can in the refrigerator. It's gonna get real cold.
That one's a little stiff too. That's okay.
It'll work.
It's gonna be okay. No blade wobble. Yeah, it's pretty stiff right now. Let's check these screws out. People, I can already tell people are like, liar. Yeah, you see those screws protruding through the scales?
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese copies do it better. I'm serious, man. They like the Chinese copies.
They don't protrude.
No,
out.
They don't protrude out. You can get a carbon fiber 940 scale.
Can they see that?
Yep, I do believe so. Like if you see the screw right here, you see that screw right there? It's poking out. It's not poking out enough to touch the blade, so I'm proud of them. But after all of these years, you can see those two like really prominently just standing up.
They still haven't fixed it.
And why would they? It's part of the butterfly tax. But This is a 940. It's a Warren Osborne design.
I hate
For
those
those,
studs.
well, that one's always been a little bit easier to manipulate for me. It just kind of fits right in the palm of my hand, and I'm just able to sling it open and sling it. Like
Yeah.
excellent size for a work knife.
Your other one I could do fine.
Yeah.
Like the axis lock part, but
Yeah, it's new.
this one's a little stiff.
It's new. We'll put some of this Lucas oil on it.
But I do like the size of it.
Put some Lucas oil on it. Hey, I put some Lucas oil on the 8015, and it's breaking in really good.
And I didn't break nothing doing it that time. There we go.
With the 940-2, you'll have these anodized backspacers that are always green. They'll be like kind of bright green.
Pretty green.
Yeah, it is a pretty green. I think it's anodized. Like I'm pretty sure it's anodized. You pick this knife up. I didn't tell the price of the Adamas.
You didn't.
That's okay. We'll put it in the description or something, or we'll leave a link. But just as a comparison, this steel is an S30V. I'm sorry, this blade is an S30V. It's designed by Warren Osborne. If you get a 940-1 or just a regular old 940, I'm sorry, a regular 940 will have green aluminum scales. It'll have a purple backspacer. It's not a flow-through design like the -1 and the -2 are. The -1 is an S90V and it's carbon fiber scales, so that's going to be your biggest differences. All three will be axis locks, but it has a 3.4-inch blade. I could have swore it had a 3.3-inch blade, but I guess that's what we get for not actually having measuring stuff out here. I bet it's a 3.4-inch blade with a 3.3-inch cutting surface because it's got a very tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something like that. The S30V can be expected to be HRC of 58 to 60, so a Rockwell hardness of 58 to 60. It's a reverse time toe. It's got 2.65 ounces. Is the total weight. So for those of you that like your inch to weight ratio to be 1-to-1, this one is going to far exceed your expectations. It is feather light for a 7.87 overall.
It is.
Inch knife when it's open.
Yeah.
When it's closed, it's 4.5 inches or 4.47. It's made in the USA, and it's available for $207 at Knife Center, which is ridiculous.
I was looking at the blade centering. That was pretty center.
Blade centering is good on this one.
I thought it was going
I think
a
it's a
little to
little.
the left.
I believe it is going a little to
Okay.
the left, but it's not. It's not horrible. See if you guys agree.
I couldn't tell if it was the angle
Lord
I
have
was holding it
mercy.
or...
It's going a little bit to the left, but it's not bad. It's not bad. All right, man. I'm not overwhelmed. The pocket clip is tip up only, but it's right or left handed, and that's one good thing you can say about Benchmade. Like with it being the majority of their stuff being axis lock, they're always completely ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Not everything they make is axis lock, but most of their stuff is. Most of their
That's what
top
they're
sellers.
really known for.
Like the one Benchmade that I really want, and people laugh at me, is the Precinct. I want to say it's the 320 or the 321. It's a black class model, and I can't remember who designed it, but it was like it's not an axis lock, it's a liner lock, and it's a flipper.
Ah.
It's got a flipper tab.
I like the flipper tabs better.
I do too. So we'll put it up here for size comparison for those, and that's pretty much butt for butt. So you'll see that it's smaller than the Chavez and the AD15. Much shorter.
Probably about the same as that.
Well, let's see. Not a bad comparison.
That's the Civivi Imperium.
Yeah. Overall, that's not a bad comparison. Civivi Imperium is actually a little longer, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Slightly.
That's my first, my first impressions in unboxing, because I just
Yeah, we both fiddled.
I will say this, that I carried a 940 for well over a year, maybe closer to 2 years, and I'm talking about day in, day out.
Yeah.
Like no matter what knife I
Didn't
got,
lose it.
and let me go out on a limb and say this too, like when I got this knife was probably my first. It definitely was my first flipper of quality. So this was my
First big boy
gateway. Yeah, that was my gateway folder, and like it was one of those knives that like I immediately connected with, and like what I was telling you the other day, like I've been through hundreds of knives, and it's crazy. Like I never paid attention to cold steel in the past, but like this knife right here, every time I handle it, every time I work with it, I feel the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it feels like I'm connecting with it, and it's stupid, but that's what it feels like, and like so I'm really excited about this knife because it actually feels like I kind of feel like I do with this knife whenever
Well,
like,
and you get like you get more opportunities to whip one out at work to actually feel like you're
doing something with it.
Yeah, like most of my knife carry is on weekends because God forbid you bring one to school.
Right. Oh yeah, no doubt. So let's throw an egg in here.
All right.
You pick it out, make it up.
Oh Lord.
Like we just gotta, there's just like anything. We need an egg in here.
Comment on the clone video. Which
clone video?
The one that's just all about the clones.
The long video that's all about the clones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
right.
which clone you thought would be hardest to spot?
Which clone out of the ones that we showed in the video would be hardest to detect?
Yes.
Which okay, all right, that's your egg then. The video that she's speaking of, I believe, is called "Clones and Fakes. What do you do with them?" or something like that. I believe that's the title. So if you go to that video and check it out, and 1 second, she's pulling up the title.
Why am I in this? YouTube Studio would be much faster.
I mean, we only. It's not the Spyderco or the 229 clone
it's not
videos.
Comparing it.
Yeah, it's no
clones, copies, and fake knives. Why?
Clones, copies, and fake knives. Why, how, and what to do with them. Okay, so that's the video in question. And if you wanna we'll count this as your fourth egg. If you'll just comment on there, any knife that you see, like technically don't even really have to watch the video because the thing is
there's pictures all of them.
What's it called? The thumbnail.
Yeah, thumbnail.
is kind of got them all laid out there.
But if you don't know what they are, you probably have to.
Yeah, you can watch the video if you want to. But if you've already watched it, you probably remember something. So just comment any knife in there that you think would be the hardest. There's no wrong answer. My personal pick would be the smock. Honestly, like I handled a real smock and I wasn't any more impressed with it. And it's just button locks aren't my thing.
Right.
Like that's just
yeah, he's got a thing against some button locks.
I
like them.
I've never handled one that just felt like it was
made for you.
Yeah.
They were just easier for me.
I don't like automatics either. Like so it's just and it feels, I know it's not, but it's like you're pushing a button and and things are happening. I like to have some sort of manual engagement, kind of like switching gears in a Cobra. We ever put an automatic transmission in the Cobra?
I drive it more.
Somebody drive it more. It needs to be driven more. We drove 1,000 miles in 2 years. Okay. So until next time, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and fourth egg is in the video that was previously mentioned. Thank you. Catch you on the flip side.